Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I can't get you out of me. I keep thinking about the bondage of the human race that is crying out to be relieved. And I keep searching for a way to reach, to articulate in a language that could be understood. I keep hoping that the people of the world will change. Let me tell you, as growing up, I heard a lot about the spiritual, the religion, the church. And I heard the stories. Whether they were true or not, I know this: the people weren't practicing what they were talking about. But there was one story in the Bible that I really loved, above all. Maybe it was just because Jesus could do so many wonderful things, like heal people, make them see, open their ears so they can hear, loose their tongue so they can speak, straighten them legs so they can walk, breathe in them again, through voice so they can get up out of the dead, walk in the water. All that stuff was fantastic. That's hero stuff there. Some people like the Hulk, Captain America, but Jesus had it going for me. Now, in my mind, as some people who would try to emulate Captain America, Jesus was the one I wanted to try to emulate. And I really wanted to. But I looked at the people, who were talking about the Jesus thing. I need some more evidence. I mean, I'm just hearing Jesus and in my own mind. But I don't see this being practiced, so I don't have anything to copy or to study from. And then one day a man came along by the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His interest his whole spirit might have been all across the board, but he's zoned in on civil rights and some human rights. But his basic focus, the story of Dr. Martin Luther King. And he used the words that had been spoken about God, about Jesus, as the motivating force for his activities. And in essence, I saw that as being an education. What it means to say you believe, what it means to say you know, and how to stand up as your evidence, and the effectiveness of it. When he got killed, it didn't blow my mind, because Jesus, even if it's not real in the story, was killed. And so when I see that a person is doing good and is killed for it, I equate that with the greatest love that a person can give to another. Now, to bring that closer to your understanding, many of you don't like LeBron James for one reason or another, who plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. He's a very excellent player, no doubt. And then there's the Golden State Warriors. They won the championship a couple of years ago. Cleveland won it last year. Game going on this year. But this year, Golden State had brought in another guy. The guy's number is number 35. Now, where number 35 come from, they didn't have a championship. But where he wanted to go was someplace so he could get him a championship. And a team that felt that he would be a good addition to their team as far as getting a championship, hooked up with him. They came together. And in that process, these guys worked together. They were excited about this guy coming in. He was excited about being on this team. They worked together, and the finished ending product was championship. Now, you can imagine, those of you who were for Golden State, when he came in, number 35, I can't think of his name right now. you all started dreaming because you hoped and you almost just knew. And it worked out. And you were glad about that. That's the way I felt when I became a man. As I referred to Dr. King, there was another man out there. His name was Malcolm X. Now, to me, based upon the way I had been taught, the way I had heard and seen and observed, Malcolm X's way wasn't the way I was familiar with. Malcolm X seemed to express activities that, in fact, I had heard which was an evil to be against. And the fact that he spoke of a man, the honorable someone who taught us. I figure any man that teaches another man and that man going out bragging about that man hasn't become a man yet himself. So I have nothing for that. But then over time, this man was genuine. He pulled off the teaching of others when he found out how corrupt that teaching could be, and started looking within himself and looking without for a truer picture. And as he began to see the truer picture, he began to change. And he started to look like coming over the way the rest of us. I mean, he still had some other things that he was dealing with that maybe Christians don't do. And I'm not saying I was a Christian, but that was the teaching that I was receiving. So I honor this man. And so when I look at my position, what has happened to me in my life, and I'm looking at the same thing that they were dealing with. So I'm thinking all the world needs is a player, a great player, a great player. I felt that because everybody needed certain things for survival, like other than oxygen and body and all that other stuff that is already given to us, there were some things that we had to supply ourselves, either as an individual or as a group. Found out that it was easier to do it as a group. So, it was tough now. Well, it wasn't so tough as an individual because it was just you. So you provided for yourself, but as you grew, then a little help. And then as you grew, then a little bit more help. And as you grew internationally, a lot of help. But I came on the scene knowing that these people wanted these things. Everybody wanted them. And I had envisioned how to achieve it. I, just like number 35, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out here. I'm ready to go amongst the church. I'm ready to go amongst the people who are dissatisfied. I'm ready to go out there and shine, and we're going to all come together, and we're going to get the championship. We're going to change society. I came out there thinking that. I came out there ready. But when I got out there, ladies and gentlemen, I found out that there wasn't a team out there. I found everybody was doing their own thing, and nobody was thinking about the common thing, not even in the church. They weren't thinking about the common faith. They were thinking about what I see. This is our way, and our way is the right way. And none of those ways work for anybody other than the one that who claimed it. Neither one of them could even come up with a way, could express an ideal that would project through their activities thy will being done on earth as in heaven. None of them. So I'm here thinking, wow. At first, I was shocked. I mean, I had witnessed the fakeness all my life. But I just had hoped that deep down under that core, that they wanted it, the human race, the Americans, people wanted peace. They wanted prosperity. They wanted joy. Ooh-wee. And they do. But they don't think it can happen. Reason they don't think it can happen, well, a lot of reasons, but just a couple of them is because they know that the system is not going to provide it. No way. And they think they cannot do it without the system because the system is their Lord. Even though they don't, many of them don't even know it, but they've been programmed that way. And so, I think about I just wanted to share because I know you would understand number 35 and the Golden State Warriors, how they came together. And I wanted you to know how I had hoped that we could come together. And I haven't given up. You are you are in a coma. But many of you are wide awake. And you're going through changes just like I'm going through changes, but you're giving it all you got. And that's all God can ask from you, is all you got. And when you've done it, you're blessed like I'm blessed. And what I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. And neither can they take it from you. Bye-bye.